up, guys? My name is Morizi. We're here at Clark Gracie Jiu Jitsu Academy. I just got done teaching the noon class. I've been training Jiu Jitsu now for a little over 10 years. I've been a black belt here under Clark Gracie for about the last 2 years. So when I'm teaching, the way I like to structure my classes is, very focused on Jiu Jitsu, right? That's what people are here to learn. And I don't spend a lot of time having them work out or do too many other things other than Jiu Jitsu, right? So for my warm-ups, I have them do something pertaining to the lesson that we're going to do that day, something that's going to get their bodies moving, get them a warm-up, as well as introduce them to the movement patterns we're going to be using later on in the class. And then I go into the techniques, and I like to use the techniques as a sequence, right, where we start with kind of a baseline, and we keep doing that baseline and building on it, building on our sequence until the end of class. And I'll keep doing the same thing for the entire week, so hopefully by the end of the week the people start to see the bigger picture and get into more detail. And then I like to begin them with some specific training, again relating to the techniques or sequence that we're working, and this will kind of force them to try the positions that we're talking about and the techniques that we're talking about, which in my opinion really helps you to remember and retain the information, which in my opinion is the mark of a good teacher, is how much are you retaining from what they're teaching you, right? And then I always like to finish with some normal sparring at the end. I've been teaching for a long time, and I think it's just a constant learning process. You never have mastered teaching. Everybody learns differently, and you can learn from each individual student you have, and that's been such a cool process that, obviously it helps you get better yourself at Jiu Jitsu too, so that's been really cool. So one big tip I have for anyone that's just beginning, or people that have been training for a short time, maybe 6 months to a year. I mean, this is a good lesson for anybody, but I think that people don't understand this enough when they start, is repetition, right? And there's no secret to that. It's just getting a lot of repetitions. And I think this is important in anything you're going to do in life, but in Jiu-Jitsu, maybe even more so, because Jiu-Jitsu is so physically demanding. You're going to be tired, right? It's very difficult cardiovascular-wise. And when you're tired like that, you can no longer think through the technique, step one, step two. You have to just react on the fly. And also you're against another person, who's giving it their 100%. And you have to, like I said, react on the fly. And sometimes being tired, you don't have time to think. And that's where the repetition comes into play, right? And the words that I use a lot when I'm teaching is muscle memory. I'm trying to build muscle memory. And that is something that you can only really build through repetition. So especially with beginners, they do the class, and in a normal class you get some time to work technique, but in my opinion it's not typically enough. So I advise, if you guys have time, to take some time outside of normal class to get some extra repetitions. That's something I started doing when I was a white or blue belt, and I can tell you from my own experience it helped me tremendously. And I've had drilling partners over the years that I've seen their growth in that time when they add those extra repetitions. So one way that I think Jiu-Jitsu has really changed my life, I mean, there's many ways, but the one specific one is just health, overall health, right? When I started, like many people, I was overweight, and Jiu-Jitsu helped me lose weight really fast. And that's one aspect of health, but that is huge. You see just so much obesity in this country. It's, something that is just such a great thing for weight loss. And the other aspect is, instead of just physical health, mental health, having a new skill, a fun skill to practice on a daily basis, learning new movements, and having that social interaction with different people in your gym, I think is huge for mental health as well, and stress relief, things like that. Guys, if you want to get in touch with me, feel free to visit my Instagram and Twitter is BMoriziBJJ. You can find me on Facebook, and also I really encourage you guys to come check out one of my classes. I teach at Clark Gracie Jiu Jitsu Academy in San Diego on Moreno Boulevard, mostly the noon classes. I really encourage you guys to come check out a class. And also keep your eyes peeled, guys. I've got some instructional videos coming out.